Friends, today's topic is refraction through a rectangular glass slab. In this topic, mathematically we will show that the incident ray, which is incident on the glass slab, and the emergent ray both are parallel to each other. That means mathematically we will prove the angle of incidence must be equal to the angle of emergence. In the diagram, you can see that this PQRS is the rectangular glass slab. AB is the incident ray. This is air, the first rare medium, and glass, second denser medium. When ray incident on a glass slab, this is the first interface PQ through which this incident ray will meet a refraction. That means whenever there is a change in the refractive index of the medium, there will be a bending of light. This bending of light is shown here. From rare to dense, ray always bend towards the normal. This is the angle of incidence and this is the angle of refraction R1. Now, with the help of Snell's law, if we use the Snell's law in the first interface, we can write here the refractive index is equals to the sine of I upon sine of R. Refractive index, that means the refractive index of second medium with respect to the first medium. Our second medium is glass, so we can write here NGA, the refractive index of glass with respect to air. It can be notified in this term sin I upon sin R. Now cross multiply these terms, we'll get the equation 1. Now when this refracted ray comes to the second interface, that is SR, it will meet again a refraction. That means when the ray goes from the denser medium to the rare medium, it will move away from the normal, and this emergent ray move away from the normal. Now again, at this point or at this interface, we'll use the Snell's law of refraction. For this interface, this refracted ray acts as an incident ray. So this angle R2 is the incident angle. Now with the help of Snell's law, we can write NAG, that means refractive index of air with respect to the glass is equals to sine of incidence angle, that is R2, upon sine of refraction angle or refracted angle, that is sine E. Now rearrange this equation with from this NAG we can calculate the value of NGA also. That will be the inverse of this previous term. So we can write NGA is equals to sine E upon sine R2. Cross multiply these terms, will get this equation. In the diagram, you can see that these are the parallel rays and these two angles are between the parallel rays, which is known as alternate interior angles. These two angles are same. That means R1 and R2 are same. Put this condition in the second equation. This is your second equation or this one. Put this condition over here. You will get sine R2 in place of sine R2 will put R1. So NG sine R1 is equals to NA sine E. Our first equation is this. Now we'll compare these two equations. We'll get NA sine of I1 is equals to NA sine of E. Cancel the term NA. Sine of I1 must be equals to sine of E, and we'll get the required thing, that is angle of incidence is equals to the angle of emergence, which shows that emergent ray and incident ray both are parallel to each other. Now I have given you the assignment 3. In this assignment, most of the students have the problem. So we'll revise some formulas, and on the basis of these formulas we'll solve some questions. Your first formula of refractive index in terms of speed of light. Refractive index of second medium with respect to first medium can be written in the form of V1 by V2, that is the speed of light in medium 1 and speed of light in medium 2. It can also be written in the form of refractive index of both the mediums is equals to N2 by N1. Now this formula can be written in the form of wavelength also. This V1 and V2 can be written in the form of nu lambda. V is equals to nu lambda, you know the relation, where nu is the frequency. For both the medium, when light travels from one medium to another medium, the first property or the most important property that will never going to be changed is the frequency of light. So we can put the value of V1 over here, that will be nu lambda 1. V2 is equals to nu lambda 2. We'll cut nu, we'll get lambda 1 upon lambda 2. So the next relation is n to 1, that means the refractive index of second medium with respect to the first medium can be written in the form of wavelengths also.